What's up, everybody? I'm the Toddfather. Welcome back to another podcast episode of The Rest is Rock and Roll History. Yes, it's been a little while. Yes, I'm back, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. And I'm doing that today with the attractive, blonde, young Canadian, as Joey McIntyre calls him, Sean Thomas. Welcome to the show.
Too kind.
And that's the truth. Every day you hear that.
Every show he says he doesn't use Just for Men, and I always say, yet.
Hey, I'm 51 now. Not yet.
Yeah.
And it's only been gray for the last few years. But
yeah, I like the color going on here.
But gingers don't go gray.
Oh, really?
Apparently, we go white.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's not actually gray, so a little bit of salt and ginger.
Okay, that's cool. I like it. Yeah.
No
a
salt
little
and
bit
pepper
of a mix.
over here.
Yeah.
So anyways, awesome. Sean, you are a musician, a producer, a live entertainer, obviously not just in the musician capacity, but in other ways. You did Joey's most recent record, Freedom. You've done so many other things. The stories are going to get good, but and of course, attractive young Canadian, like myself. But anyways, let's kind of rewind to start things off.
Yeah.
You're playing with Joey McIntyre right now. You've been a part of this. We're out on tour together, doing this for the second time now. But how did you come to meet Joey is the question. I know I'm one of my favorite artists as a youth.
For sure, yeah.
So who's that? And tell us how that all happened.
I'll back it up. I'll give you like a macro start to finish kind of how I got here. Yeah. I was born in Vancouver, British Columbia. I've been interested in music for as long as I can remember. I can't remember a time where music wasn't a part of my life. Started playing piano at the age of 5. And then I think a big thing for me was kind of seeing my brother kind of grow up. He's 5 years older than me. So he was kind of dabbling in some kind of drums and stuff as well. So kind of just watching him kind of grow up and play, I kind of, took after him a little bit and also gained that interest. And then, did choir for 10 years and guitar, bass, piano, drums. And then I think it was 2016, I met Debbie Gibson on the set of a Hallmark movie. Because I've
been trying to meet her since I was 16.
There you go. Yeah, I can make the introduction. Yeah.
How's that? It's still complete opposite.
Yeah, I've been voice acting and acting all my life as well. So
makes sense. You're in Vancouver.
There you go.
It's
it's a big film scene up there. Yeah, for sure. So I met Debbie Gibson on set of a Hallmark movie up there that we did called Summer of Dreams, and I played her music student, and she was the music teacher. So
that makes sense.
We on the second there was a sequel to that movie. We kind of just hit it off and kind of started talking music and everything. And I tracked up one of the songs for the movie, and that was super fun. And she was super gracious. And from there, we kind of just kept working on a bunch of stuff. I was involved with production with her album Body Remembers and her Christmas
album. So this
album.
is not your first major artist.
No,
production.
Yeah, I've been working with Debbie for a better part of 10 years now. So
how old are you right now?
I'm 24. Yeah.
Oh man, so you are living the dream that some of us are
yeah.
still chasing.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny because you're so young. She's old enough to be your mother, and the funny thing is, you go home and your mom's probably a fan of Joey, and your dad's probably a fan of Debbie. Forgive me, I don't.
It's funny. I was growing up on a lot of like Shania Twain and country music and a lot of like classic rock from my dad. But yeah, I have really good memories with my mom just shouting "Party for Two" and like the duet and stuff in the car. And yeah.
So what was their reaction to both? Like going out with Debbie Gibson, and then they're like, "Holy moly! Now you're out with Joey McIntyre, a new kid."
I have some of the best parents in the world. They're super supportive. I think that they were just more kind of proud and excited for me. I don't know if they were not. They weren't not fans, but I don't think they listened to that kind of music, so they weren't as, woo about that,
right,
which is, it's nice to have because then, you kind of separate that from the professional.
Have they seen you perform with either or?
Yes,
or both?
They have. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. They've been able to go out and, when Joey McIntyre, when we did Carnegie Hall in 2023, they were able to come out and see that.
That was before I came around.
Yeah, that was such a fun gig, but
Carnegie Hall's
crazy, right?
Man.
Yeah. You walk in there and the acoustics are exactly what people say about it. You walk in and the stage is just it's the perfect reflection of everything when the music plays.
It's legendary, and it's like when you think of Carnegie Hall, you think of like extreme vocal performances, not necessarily bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they do everything across the spectrum of music.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a
Yeah.
These are
crazy.
things like musicians like bucket lists.
Definitely.
You know, like I want to play MSG. And
Yeah,
I wanna
yeah.
Play, you know,
that was my my
wherever.
first time going to New York too. So it's
You're
pretty
like,
hard
Street Times
to beat
Square.
that.
I'm
yeah.
just gonna go perform at Carnegie
It was
Hall.
pretty
you know.
awesome. Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I hope. I mean, now we've been on this tour, phase 2. Joey's got the fans rumbling about phase 3.
Yeah.
and
no,
I
definitely.
There's been
there's chatter about that.
Us, but you know, we were talking the other night. Some of us were doing dinner, and we're like, well, if we end up hitting places like Portland and Washington
Pacific Northwest
State
stuff, kind of stuff. Yeah.
Why would we not hop the border back to our native land
For sure.
in your hometown?
Definitely, I know.
That would be an experience.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Last time we did Toronto, which was
Yeah.
such a fun trip.
It was cold and wet.
Yeah,
and icy.
definitely. Yeah.
That was
a bunch of my like relatives and extended family kind of live up there and stuff. So yeah.
'Cause me working the merch booth a few times are like, I don't see any Sean Thomas shirts up here. Why do we
They
not
went
have...
up and asked you.
Oh yeah, they did. It was one of your uncles or something like that.
That's awesome.
I'm
yeah.
like, you know, we should. So
they got the Italian stuff going on too. There's like, why?
So why don't we have
Yeah.
a T-shirt for a Sean? Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, but that was cool. I mean, I was excited. And of course, the one time I go back to Toronto, because I've lived there. I mean, from Windsor.
Yeah.
But Toronto back and forth, and that was my music hub when I was doing all my work.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time I go up there and like, nobody's around. So
Yeah.
I had nobody's like, Todd, you got friends? You want to guess? Nobody's around, man.
Isn't that the
I got
best? Yeah,
no
going
friends.
somewhere and you're like, hey, yeah, I'm coming up. Yeah.
We were and with the venue, Opera House is literally, you know, a couple blocks away
Yeah,
from where
you
my
were saying,
aunt lived
that's
for, like,
crazy, yeah.
most of my life.
For sure.
And she moved right before the pandemic, so
Oh,
it's like she
wow.
wasn't there anymore either.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I even comfortable in Toronto
Oh
anymore?
man, yeah.
You know, like, I mean, obviously I am, but I mean, to the point of like, I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
anywhere to refuge. I used to always have a couch at least to
For
sleep
sure.
on.
Where do you
And
live
now we
in just outside of Detroit now?
I
or
live
something?
outside of Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm married. My wife, she's from Michigan, and we live in Rochester Hills.
Nice.
We live in the bougie suburbs.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
not in the
okay.
hardcore
Yeah.
Detroit, but you know, for those who know,
Yeah.
Detroit is probably the most happening, growing, rebuilt and rebuilding city probably in America.
Wow, that's
you know,
cool.
and they were the entertainment hub before the riots in the
Mhm.
60s.
Yeah.
They were this crazy stuff. First place to have a concrete road in America. First place to do
Damn.
all these things. So, you know, go back to that time. Motown was running the business, man. They were
Yeah.
everything. So music in Detroit, you know, was creating vibes across the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
and, you know, Justin, obviously our tour manager, and I were talking about it, and we're like, there's not really, you know, any significant style of new artists coming out of Detroit. We had Kid Rock, we had Eminem, you know, Jack White Stripes, and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Back in the day, we had Sponge. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Sponge. no.
I still love Sponge. They're still now. There's like they're almost like a local band to a degree.
Okay.
They still tour, but their
Cool.
fans are forever gonna be fans in
Got
the
it,
Detroit
yeah.
area.
I know SpongeBob, not Sponge. Yeah.
You'll have to check it out. They were pretty popular again, 90s.
Okay.
So you never know. Hey man, you might end up playing guitar for
Yeah,
them.
yeah, who knows? Yeah.
But yeah, so that city's on the vibe, and we've seen some good cities. And we've only got a few more. We're here in
Yeah.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln,
today.
have you taken a walk around here? It's gorgeous.
I did. Our hotel's right by
Yeah.
obviously the University.
the
of
university
Nebraska,
area, yeah.
And I have some heritage here.
Oh.
And this is my first time here. My great grandmother was born in Nebraska. Somehow, I don't know if she rode like a horse-drawn buggy or something to
Okay.
Ontario, but
Yeah.
she ended up, you know,
She made her way.
born here.
Yeah.
So it
I
doesn't
love it.
matter. The rest is rock and roll history. I was born in Canada because she got there somehow.
Nice.
So this was cool to me, and I went to the university, and the lady, I just was like, where do I find a shirt or like the store?
Yeah.
And can I go in and take a picture?
Yeah.
She let me in to,
Cool.
to Memorial Stadium.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I got some cool video and pictures. You don't get to do that.
No,
you know,
nice.
These are like, you know,
Yeah.
I know it's student run, but these are shrines to fans
For sure.
and
Oh,
alumni
yeah.
and stuff. So
Completely.
yeah, I don't know. Did you go wandering off very much or?
Not yet. No, I just made my way here. Yeah, today was a late wake up, even by my standards.
I drug you out of bed early to get you down here.
Yeah,
We've been talking about
old
this.
2 p.m. I had to wake up
Oh,
at 1. I know. Yeah.
Oh man, I was up till at least 2 a.m. So, but we're always the first ones here. You're
for sure.
one of the lucky ones. But so before we talk about this other stuff with Joey and stuff, let's talk about you have a new song out.
Yeah.
And forgive me if I get the title wrong. It's like
What we could have been.
what we could have been.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a very, it's almost there's a sadness there.
Definitely.
There's a sadness there, and it's a heavy ballad. So tell the viewers a little bit more about that.
Yeah, for sure. I wrote it I think the cool thing about music is that you can relate it to whatever is going on in your life, obviously. And I think I wrote it from a bunch of different kind of areas and perspectives, but a big one for me was more of like a loss of something rather than, a heartbreak or something. But the song is kind of ambiguous. So
it's not really a love song.
Yeah.
There's love in it.
There's love in it. Yeah. It's kind of a broader sense of losing something that you really care about, I think, that you can kind of relate to in that thing. And I wrote that one in probably 10 minutes. It just kind of spewed out of me.
Those are the ones that always...
Those are always the ones that
it's like it was probably
special,
swirling
right?
in your head for a while, and it was just lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, definitely. You kind of have this like thought that you're thinking, for sure.
And if you want to check that out, you can follow Sean Thomas at Follow Sean
there you
Thomas.
Go. Yeah.
And that's an S-E-A-N.
S-E-A-n, yeah, the right way.
Yeah, so check that.
Best way.
No offense to all the other Seans with the S-H-A.
Offense to all the other Seans.
Yeah, it's like, no. But yeah, definitely check that. I thought it was a beautiful song.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you
and,
listening.
it was like I would have never thought when I got dragged out on the first tour that I was going to meet a fellow Canucker.
Heck yeah.
And literally the first few minutes when I arrived and then, I'm like...
Team Canada.
I'm like, I walk in, I'm like... And here's this attractive young Canadian. No, just kidding. But
that's awesome.
That's how we met. I walked in and you followed Joey in, and here we are. 6 months later doing round 2.
That's awesome.
Phase 2.
I love it.
And it was just phase 1, so he knew, or everybody knew, we'd be back out.
Yeah. Phase 1, exactly. Yeah. Leaves it open.
So let's talk about working on his album, because I know he talks about it at the shows. I assume you were staying at his house working in one of the rooms there, like he said, and, daughter complaining about no milk and all that kind of good stuff.
Definitely,
So talk about that experience. Love to hear that.
That was such a fun experience. I think leading up to that, I should probably talk about the New Kids record, which I also worked on, the most recent
of course you did.
Still Kids. Yeah,
of course you
which
did.
I was so fortunate, and Joey brought me on, and we co-wrote, and I produced 6 songs on that album. So
that's
that
crazy.
was super fun. And after we finished that, we kind of... We're starting, I guess, his record at the same time. He was kind of like stirring and thinking about wanting to do something on his own as well. So what happened with that New Kids record is I went off first and kind of did my own thing and started these instrumental ideas, pretty much. This 60-second kind of verse chorus samples. And I think I probably did 10, let's say. And then Joey took that. He kind of wrote a little bit to some, and then I went down to his place and we kind of started writing together a little bit more. And then... so a few of those kind of concepts made it onto the New Kids record. And then one of those concepts was "And Is Anybody Out There?" Which is the first song.
The first track. And that's how, because the show is the album sequentially to start.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to come out, in the dramatic pause.
Yeah.
The lights in the box and the stage.
For sure, yeah.
Fans love it. I think, even from our perspective and your perspective, it's still kind of a cool setup with this riser in the middle of the crowd.
Completely. Yeah. It's so cool. And the way he's done it with...
It's very New Kids.
Yeah, very New Kids.
The spinning stage.
For sure. I know. I love it. And the way the whole set... It's probably not a secret anymore, but it's kind of... in order of the track list of his album, the first 10 songs in the set list, which I think is so cool.
Before he goes into those legendary New Kids songs.
The new cuts,
if you weren't here, I won't tell you. But
come see the show.
Yeah, I won't tell you. I won't tell him that he sings Please Don't Go Girl.
Yeah.
I won't tell him that.
But that was super fun. Originally, the song and the chorus was kind of double time, and it goes into halftime now in the chorus, but it was more anybody out there, but
when it kicks in, it's the beginning, so it's almost haunting.
Yeah.
With the lights, especially live, because I actually saw it live before I ever heard the record.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's how you come out and open a show, man.
For sure.
Walk out in the dark, everybody sees you, everybody scream. There's that white little pale washer.
Yeah.
And then,
that's all his vision. Yeah. He's got that on lock. It's so cool.
He's seen a lot of crazy productions.
Oh yeah.
And obviously he had one of his guys. Travis, I think, work on that, and his dream came to reality. It's a little bit different this time,
for sure.
Than the first time,
made some tweaks.
Very similar.
Cool in a unique way. It's more seated, and it's kind of got a little bit more of a relaxed vibe, I would say. But it's cool.
It just, and these rooms are great too. I know, most of these people have never seen something like that in a club.
Yeah.
His vision was a New Kids Arena amphitheater scale.
Yeah.
And he found a way to bring it down, but yet still very minimally.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not touring with rigs or anything.
No,
like
it's
that.
cool. I think what's a a good sign of a good show, like in this kind of setting, is if something feels bigger than the room that it's in. And I think every night it just feels like gigantic on the stage. And I think, I don't want to speak for the fans, but yeah, I think, it's
I'm
just
pretty
so
sure
fun
the
to be a
fans
part
love
of.
it. They like, I hear them at the merch table every night, and they're just, you know, they love every minute. They travel.
Definitely.
These fans are just, I mean, first and foremost, they've been fans forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he says, like, I've been doing this for 40 years.
Yeah.
And most of you have been here with me the whole time. And I've met fans who are my age that are at shows that they're with their mom, who's my mom's age, and then they're there with their daughter, who's in their mid to late 20s, and they're there with their daughter. Yeah. And you're seeing 4 generations of these new kids fans. And I'll have to share this. The other night when we were in Denver, a fan and her son came up, and she had a shirt that said, you know, blah, 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 Joey's so amazing. Yeah. But the little kid had a shirt on, and these were homemade. It said, tonight I'm going to meet my mom's first love, and it isn't my dad. And Joey thought that was the funniest thing ever because it is. Yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, this kid's like, what is going on?
For sure. That's
but he knew every word to every song. They were sitting at the table, and he's like, you know, he knows.
Oh, I love that.
He was well trained.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
grown up properly,
that's the thing. Like, I don't think I would go at this point and stand in line to see any artist that I truly love. But these fans are here. There's fans outside when we got here at noon.
Completely. So. I know. They're so dedicated. It's so cool to see. And that's a point I want to bring up. Like, it's such a fun job to kind of go out here and travel on the road, but it's also, I take it like so seriously, because you go outside right now, you will see like 50 people right now at 2 p.m. like lining up, and each one of those people is somebody that has been looking forward to this day for whoever knows how long.
And a lot of these fans cross over, they become friends.
Yeah,
and
for sure,
of course,
definitely.
Social media,
you get to meet
extend,
new people. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the amount of time people take to, you know, get ready and go see the show, and how long they've supported him for. Like, it doesn't. And
they're so nice to our little family here.
100%. You know? I know. They're just
so
cool.
I love getting chocolate. I can't say that I don't. But I'm trying to cut back on that a little bit right now. I haven't had a single pop.
Yeah.
Or soda for you West Coasters.
Wow, there you go.
I haven't had a single pop since a month before this tour. Mind you, I had a cheap moment in Salt Lake City.
All right,
I had to try to try the dirty soda.
Yeah.
I had to see what all the
you should put a call out to the viewers if anybody
Swig.
sees you. Yeah.
Everybody in Swig.
More Whoppers Todd's way.
Hey man, on the rider I asked for protein shakes now. What is that all about? What's that all about?
New man.
Oh man. But you know what? It's great. The fans are great. I pretty much meet them all at the merch table.
Yeah.
I see them every night, the meet and greets with you. And
you get the first-hand view,
Yeah, they treat you so great. I mean, when I walked into the meet and greet with you in Anaheim, and Joey's already doing his thing, and you walk in, it's like everybody's like, yeah.
I love it. I know. They're so supportive. I know. And I love saying hi to everybody. It's so fun.
So how have they, you know, kind of transferred to your song? And like, are they getting into that?
100%. Yeah. Everyone is super supportive. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm really excited. My dream kind of career, I always kind of, my North Star is like Ryan Tedder from One Republic. How he has this kind of like, 100%. He has his own band kind of going on, and he does his music and everything, and that's awesome. And then he has this whole other career of being a songwriter and producer for everybody else. So I love that balance of hitting both.
Right. Yeah. And I was going to say, the one song I love from them kind of hits notes too. You probably know it, Dreaming Out Loud.
Oh, yeah.
That song... That's me. I dream out loud. I dream when I'm asleep. Everything's a dream.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes we get to live it, and that's how I am. My whole life now is I just want to inspire other people.
Yeah.
As I've been inspired most of my life.
That's awesome.
And that song, but his voice. And
oh my God, I know, right? Incredible.
That's a haunting song too, man.
Yeah,
like it's
completely.
Got this. It's sad, but it's exciting and happy at the same time.
Yeah.
Motivational.
For sure.
If you know.
There's so many songs off all of the records that I love. Yeah.
Man. Well, who's your favorite artist of all time?
Of all time, whoa.
Give me an artist and give me a band, if that makes it easier.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to list a few because it's too hard to name one. Yeah. No, definitely Canadian, yeah. John Mayer, Ed Sheeran, a lot of like the 2000s people I kind of grew up with and started listening to. Yeah,
That's your
definitely,
era.
yeah. like Nickelback, and David Foster is like a huge inspiration to me. Yeah,
he's an inspiration to a lot of people.
Yeah,
I would say. And then Canadian musicians, Nickelback.
Yeah,
love them or hate them.
Yeah,
everybody acts like they hate them, but I think deep inside they actually love them. They just like to love saying they hate them for no reason. Everybody hates Nickelback, but they sell at arenas around the world.
There you go.
So we'll figure that one out.
Yeah.
You know.
And Michael Bublé, he's another Vancouver guy. I love him. Yeah.
See, dropping the Canadian bombs, man.
Yeah.
People don't realize how many artists have set the standard in almost every genre in American charts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, obviously Rush was one of the best rock bands
Yep.
ever. But
The
you
Weeknd.
have The Weeknd.
Like
right
one
now.
of the biggest artists of all time. Drake. Yeah.
Shania Twain.
Yep.
Alanis Morissette.
Yep.
Bare Naked Ladies. Trying to think who else.
So many.
What's that group there? Actually, no, it's the Guess Who.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the Guess Who, one of their classic songs is, and I'm going to burst the bubble of a lot of Americans here, American Woman was their first big breakout song. Yeah,
okay.
and it got its first play in Windsor.
Huh.
Windsor, Detroit.
Yeah.
Because the Windsor station has a broader band. It's now like 89X is the station.
Okay.
I
didn't know that.
They used
That's
to be
cool.
called Radio 8. So
Wow.
people in Ohio and Michigan and Illinois and all that stuff would hear it.
Yeah.
So they could jump the borders and other people started to follow it.
Okay.
And These Eyes was, I think, that might have actually been the first one that kind of...
Got it.
But when they heard American Woman, they thought it was like a good thing.
That's such a good song.
But
my
he's
God.
actually
That's
not.
like
He's not being nice about
No.
her at all.
Yeah,
He's like, get the man, please. I don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
And then I think when Lenny Kravitz covered it, he took it as it was a good thing. But at
Yeah.
the same time, if you listen to the words, it's like, no, I don't like you, man. Just
I
stay
gotta
away.
revisit that. That's
stay away
interesting.
from me. Listen to
Wow.
the second line of the song.
Yeah.
Won't you set me free? Please?
Oh my gosh.
So
That's
yeah,
funny.
it changes the perspective. He's like, yeah, regardless, she's American, but
That's a good Guitar Hero song. I used to be
Yeah.
like all in on Guitar Hero. I'd like
gosh.
memorized like a
the
few of the
first
songs.
one, or did you get into?
Yeah, like the first few for sure. Yeah, and I could play some of them like behind the screen, so I wasn't even looking on the screen in hard mode. Yeah,
Dude, I went to this is my biggest rock star moment. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not. This is just a cool moment. The first Guitar Hero. I'm managing an artist in New York. I'm in Times Square with the guy that I brought to shoot his music video.
Okay.
And he's always was filming, right?
Yeah.
We go into the Virgin Megastore, which is no longer there.
Okay.
And they had this giant like movie screen up on the wall, and it was Guitar Hero, and you could go up and take your turn.
Oh, cool.
Well, we've
okay.
been playing this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and I was getting good,
Yeah.
sore arms and forearms and hands and everything. I played on that screen in the Virgin Megastore the last song to win. That's the only video game I ever beat.
Oh,
was
wow.
the first Guitar Hero.
Do you remember the song?
Yes.
Okay.
Freebird.
Oh my
in
God.
expert mode.
Oh.
So people start to gather around when they realize this guy over
You're
here
like
is actually
building the
doing
crowd.
it.
You're like, he's doing it.
Yeah. So it's like, and I'm there, and I finished it, and it's like the cheers and the explosions.
Yeah.
And I got like a crazy applause from all these random people in the Virgin Megastore.
Oh
in
my
Times Square
gosh.
Because
Rockstar.
I rocked out some Freebird.
Wow.
On Guitar Hero on the big screen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was
Heck
my
yeah.
rock star moment. So
Hell yeah.
I'll take it as it was.
That's
but
awesome. I love
just
it.
random, but yeah, the Guitar Hero was a thing, and way off topic. It ruined. We've been talking a lot of baseball because the playoffs. There was a closer, it was Joel Zamaya for the Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
In the off season, he got hurt. His arm was. He never really made it back.
Yeah.
And some people said he had a little motorcycle accident. Not true. Some people said, he said, a box fell when I was in California. There was fires and I had to help my parents move out.
Yeah.
But no, it was that.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
When you throw a baseball,
Yeah.
it's all in. There's the twitch muscles.
Yeah.
And people that don't play guitar were going like this and trying to
Oh,
play fast.
man.
And really, all you need to do is this.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the toggle.
Used to be putting your whole
Yeah. And I don't know
Whole
how
arm
that got
into
out,
it.
but I think one of his teammates might have said, "Dude, he got that from playing Guitar Hero." Man. Like, you ever play that?
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Sad
it's a
story.
good way to go. Yeah, sad story, but good way to go out.
Yeah.
This is
He
rocking
used to-
too hard.
He was the first guy to throw like 105 miles an hour, and then,
Wow.
and I don't even know if he beat Freebird in expert mode.
Wow, but you did.
I did.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
Again, but so anyways, let's get back to the stuff. I'm straying. I'm good like that. But now you told me, let's go back to the Debbie Gibson and the playing.
Yeah.
You told me that you also played with New Edition.
New Edition. Yeah.
Now that's a whole different thing, especially playing guitar. It's not as poppy. It's
Completely.
more.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Let's hear about that.
Yeah. So I'll kind of weave in and how I met them. I was producing The Body Remembers with Debbie Gibson, and then at the same time, I was doing a music production degree. I did Berklee College of Music, the online program, and I was kind of working on both at the same time. So it was nice to have that like kind of college experience and then have the real world as well. But at that time, she was kind of gearing up for the release of Body Remembers, and then she was going to do Vegas, a few Vegas dates with Joey. And that's how I met Joey initially, when they did that kind of tandem Vegas residency thing.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah, that was so fun. That was my first experience kind of being a musical director and kind of overseeing a show and kind of building music and stuff for that. So that was fun to take what I kind of learned from Berklee and Debbie and kind of put it into a live setting. And then from there, I kept in contact with Joey, and a few months later, he, with New Kids on the Block, we're doing the AMA's performance with New Edition.
Right,
I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's pretty cool.
I haven't seen that, but now
it's
I'm
really
interested.
cool. Yeah, it was November of 2021, and they kind of labeled it as like a Battle of Boston thing, but it was kind of like a tandem group performance and stuff. So yeah, he asked me if I could come along and do some music for that, and that was so cool. Like being
no doubt. But you don't even think guitar and stuff when you're thinking, those guys. It's more like I just remember, singing the candy. It was all these weird,
for sure.
It was all these weird, like digital effects.
Definitely more synthy and stuff.
The 80s,
for sure.
Keyboard synth
so
and
cool.
vibes. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
And they were just kids.
Oh yeah,
they were you
definitely
in the 80s. And
yeah.
So I mean, maybe that was, they're like, hey man, you know what? We were him once. And he's kick ass. Like, look at him go. Like, props are due, man. You're a kick ass musician. Like,
Thank you.
You go out there,
Appreciate
and I wish I was jamming like that when I was your age. I wasn't.
Yeah. That was a fun one because for that performance, there wasn't a band for that one, so all the music had to be done like beforehand. So it was all pre-production and recording and stuff like that. So I kind of got to go in my studio and build tracks and drums and bass and guitar and everything, and it's cool. I'd say it's like one of the best ways to learn how to make music in general is to like listen to songs that you love or like songs that are regarded highly as like good recorded music and just listen to them and try and recreate them. Like that's such good. It just kind of puts you into the eyes and the lens of kind of the person who made it, and it kind of shows you so much about like the tactics and the techniques and stuff.
It's funny too because like anytime I hear a song, I'm always thinking of, oh, it would have sounded cool if this was here, or if there was a timpani, or there's other songs. I can't remember what it's called, but it's Panic at the Disco song, and I remember listening to with my brother, and during the one chorus or during certain parts of the songs, there's a xylophone, and it's like through the whole background, and I'm like, I said to my brother, I'm like, that's cool, it's so cool.
Yeah.
He's like, how the hell did you even hear that?
Yeah.
How the hell did you hear? Because I didn't even know it was there until you said anything.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've been a musician since I was taking guitar lessons when I was 10 years old. Yeah. And then once I started getting into recording music, it's like that's when you start to be like, how can I make this sound cooler, or what's missing?
Yeah.
Like painting a picture or taking a photograph, you worry about dead space.
Definitely.
It's kind of the same thing when you're producing, right?
For sure.
And maybe it just needs a little, a chime, like, or maybe a internet. That's it.
Definitely, yeah.
That's it. And you as a producer now are getting more into that, and you're going to see more of those ideas come out.
For sure. The way I work is like I try to leave the whole computer and everything like for the last step, and I try to keep it acoustic for as long as I can. So like writing the song, I'll just be on an acoustic guitar or something, or a piano or something, and like I'll fret over every like chord and inversion and melody and everything like that for so long. And
damn perfectionist.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
If you have that as a foundation, then it's kind of like building a building on a super solid foundation rather than it being kind of shaky or whatever.
Well,
but
any of these things can be revolutionary too. You do something, it could change the game to a degree. I mean, the tools are all there, but we'll talk about it, but my friend Daniel Victor, who has been one of my best friends since we were teenagers, and I managed his career for a while, got his first album, his deal, and we had a #1 single. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But just going through the production process with him, because he did the whole thing himself. Yeah. And I remember in his living room at Christmas, he's like miking the inside of the Christmas tree. Yeah. And then like gently shaking it.
Cool. I love that.
And the sound, it's like you hear little bells.
The soft little rocking
the rustles of the little needles and the ornaments. And then he put through the whole entire record, front to back,
Yeah.
is a vacuum.
Oh, wow.
Literally a vacuum running, and he just put the mic on it from the right beside it.
Yeah.
And he put one overhead, I believe. So you have two different dense tones, whatever.
Interesting.
Through the
kind
whole
of gives
thing.
you like a noise kind of thing.
It's literally the bass line.
Wow.
So it's like this is here and it's there the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, and just, I mean, I've seen so many documentaries too. You know, Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I mean, Rick Rubin's a genius.
Yeah.
You know, without him, we wouldn't have Run DMC or Beastie Boys and stuff
For
like
sure,
that.
yeah.
But he recorded the drum tracks for Chad Smith in the forest in the back of his house.
I didn't know that.
And he
That's
had like,
cool.
I don't know how many mic cables he had to go out there, but he's
Wow.
surrounded by the woods. And
Yeah.
he's just out there, you know, Blood Sugar Baby, you know, under the bridge,
So
all that stuff.
cool.
And those are the unique things. And then, of course, here we are 30 years later talking
30
about
years later,
that kind of thing.
And the cool thing about that is technology's just gotten so good now. And,
Right.
and with the computer and everything, like Joey and I recorded pretty much his whole album with just my laptop and a microphone and an interface just
That's
plugged in
how
like
easy
that.
it is
And that's how we do it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a few songs like One Shot off his record and I think Miracle as well that were like pretty much entirely produced in that room, like
crazy.
with instruments in that room, like me pointing a microphone at like the speaker of a digital piano and stuff, and like we're just using that sound, and it's got this like, I'm so much about like holding on to that kind of like initial charm of something when something's first idealized and kind of
well, it's sometimes like you said, you have this there's the baby being and then it grows
definitely,
and then you start from there. It's just I know this is not a new concept, but I live by my own personal credo, which is live life to the beat of your own heart.
I like it.
And I mean, I have some music out too, but at one point I want to record my heartbeat and literally write a song to the beat of my own heart. Maybe it'll be based on the idea of that whole thing. But when the time comes, I don't know. Maybe it'll never happen. But I'm still like you know, but I don't know. What tempo is it? Maybe I should go for a jog. And
Well, it depends on the kind of song you want to make.
Like, Todd, go run around the studio a couple times. We'll come back. We got to get it up to like a 105
have a nap
BPM.
first and then just wake up and then it depends. You write a ballad and you write a dance
Get
song.
this guy a Red Bull. We got to we got to jump it up.
It's dropping down.
Oh my god. But I mean, there's so many things you could do, and I mean, obviously you're gonna, you know, running water or Jingle Bells or the fan, or it could be anything. You know, and I know I've seen Billie Eilish and her brother talk about. You know, and that's that's my problem. I may not be the best at this, but I can't not freestyle when I hear something. A beat. Doesn't matter, like, you know, or it could be, you know, we're driving in the truck and it's like the blinker. It's like.
And
for sure. Like, we're driving on the highway heading to Denver. You know, this is so crazy. This mountain is wet.
I love that.
It's just,
that's awesome.
And there are sometimes they're goofy, and sometimes they suck.
And
then sometimes, you know, he'll be like, "Ooh, that was a good one." But that's just me. It's like
that's so
the
cool.
beat is always in my head.
Yeah.
And if you find those little noises and make a song of it, I think that's kind of what.
It's interesting. I have that a lot with like melody. I feel like because I have a perfect pitch, so it the whole world around me is
Lucky
just
you.
like
what note's this?
That's a D, a high D. Yeah. Impressive.
No idea.
That's an impressive D. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I can go in higher.
Oh yeah, G, F sharp there.
I
Yeah.
feel it in my throat though.
Yeah.
I have to like.
You're turning red there.
I feel that one. Without castration, I'm not going any higher.
Yeah.
So.
No, but it's cool. Like hearing everything. Like there's this time I remember when I was younger. Like I was in like a clothing store or something, and like the racks of like hangers, they were moving against like the metal, and like for a second, everything just kind of like lined up. Like I don't know if you've seen the movie August Rush, but it's like
I have.
Yeah,
that's a great. I haven't heard that one.
Oh yeah,
that come up
one of
in
my
a
favorite
long
movies.
time.
Heck yeah. But it's a few of those moments in my life where like everything around you kind of becomes music and melody, and you kind of get so much inspiration just from the birds and, you know,
well, that's just
nature
it.
And everything.
Like I am one of those guys who will say, first and foremost, music saved my life, 100%, and music's also my best friend, like my non-human best friend. I'll say my wife's my best friend, and I have my other, you know, my friends who have been around me most of my life. But music, is my refuge. I will hide from it. I can make myself more sad with it.
Yeah,
I can change my
powerful,
mood.
Right?
It's you know, and sometimes it doesn't take that much. and we were talking about ideal job, if you could ever have something to do, like your star in the sky.
Yeah.
I always say it would be for me to place music in film, because you're literally finding the right piece of music to draw emotion from people.
For sure.
And to me, that's what music is all about, because that's what it did to me. It does for me every day.
That's awesome.
You know, and as weird as it sounds, like, spent a lot of time with Justin in the truck, and it happened on the phase 1. And again, it's like there's always one song from the Freedom album that sticks in our head and gets us in the mood the next day. You know, we'll get in the car and we're like, we don't want to be driving 9.5 hours through the mountains, but we're like, one shot.
That's awesome. I love that.
We jump right into it. You know, and it's at any given time.
Those are where the streams are coming from. Yeah, because we see the numbers going up. Yeah.
But it's fun. It's like, you know, when you can enjoy it, and I don't get upset about hearing the songs every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I was like working for somebody I didn't like,
yeah,
you know, it wouldn't be the same.
For sure. It sounds like you're a fan of like music, like as a whole.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't
Music,
matter
period.
the genre, the artist. It just, as long as you kind of resonate with it, and as long as they have that connection as well, it's cool.
100%. My diversity in music is probably next level.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was raised in the Detroit area, obviously Windsor, South Detroit. And Motown was the big thing. My father was into doo-wop and Motown. So for me, it's like Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and all these things were just like, oh my gosh, this is the best stuff. Lionel Richie, and of course Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
As a child, and you know, so my two favorite artists are Michael Jackson and Prince. And I don't think
who are they?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Who they are? They're branches of James Brown, and all these guys, and you know, I've never seen, like, Michael Jackson has the moves, right?
Yeah.
He's the dancer, but he's also the singer. But he emulates that, and then he created his own thing and made Michael Jackson who Michael Jackson was. Then Prince does these other crazy moves that, you know, like, like James Brown stuff, and then he's kicking mic stands and doing all crazy stuff. But he's also a stellar singer, and I'm going to say this, and it almost makes me question saying it, but I think Prince is a better songwriter than Michael Jackson. That's hard to say for me, but I know Michael Jackson had a lot of help. He hears it. He's the same guy. He's like,
yeah.
He feels it.
So about
he feels it, and he needs like a Quincy Jones to help put it to the tape.
That's interesting. I feel like they're both so high class in what they do.
They were the best.
They're good examples of, like, you might think something when you listen to it, like you might listen to Beat It and be like, oh my God, it's so good, or something like that. But like, I feel like he would hear something like, no, it still needs this. Like they're so about trying to chase that kind of next level.
Right.
Trying to get their
But
craft.
you look at a Michael Jackson record and it's like Michael Jackson, you know, written, whatever, produced by Quincy Jones. And I remember even as a kid, it was a 1999 record was the first one I got into by Prince. You know, they played Delirious in 1999, a Little Red Corvette.
Yeah.
That's where I got my start. And then, you know, you go backwards and then forwards.
Yeah.
But the first time I looked at it, and I'm just like 9 years old, my mom wanted nothing to do with me listening to Prince. And my dad's like, you know, they were divorced. He's like, you can listen to it at my house. I'll make you a tape that says something else and you can take it home.
Yeah.
And of course I did. But his albums would say written, composed, and produced by Prince.
Yep. It's a big thing.
Everything was him. And he had these bands, and maybe that was different, but he still produced it. He still composed the music, and then he arranged it. And you don't see a lot of that now.
Yeah.
And a lot of the younger artists, companies will give them songs that
for
are written
sure.
by somebody else.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. He was, one of a kind, for
but
sure.
He's also one of the best damn guitar players.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't realize
Completely.
that. It drives me nuts.
Oh, yeah. No.
You know, my one friend back home, I won't say his name, he comes over to my house, and I'm like, dude, you got to watch this. This is acoustic thing that Prince did, whatever. Yeah. And he goes up, and we're watching it, and he's just like, bro, I didn't know Prince played guitar like that.
Wow,
what?
yeah.
And he's on
incredible.
An acoustic. And he's just like, he doesn't play chords.
Yeah.
He'll be like,
it's such a unique way of playing, for sure, yeah. Now, I've had some, like, pretty fortunate experiences of working, you know, just on these shows with these people, and a few people I've kind of had the chance to work with have also been a part of Prince's whole career and stuff like that. And man, some of the stories are so cool coming out of.
There's so many, and I follow everything. Both those guys. I mean, it's all past now, of course. But tell me you've seen the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performance when they were doing the tribute to George Harrison of the Beatles. And it was like Tom Petty was singing My Guitar Gently Weeps. We're going to watch this together after.
Okay, I would have to go back and watch. I've probably seen it. I'd have to go back and watch it.
Here's the setup for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Prince did not make, I think it was the Rolling Stone top 100 guitar players of all time.
Okay.
Which is the biggest joke I've ever heard of in my life.
When was this going down?
We'll say somewhere around 20-ish years ago.
All right.
And he was asked to be a part of this song. He wanted to be on We Are the World. He was asked to be on We Are the World, and he's like, I'll only do it if I play guitar.
Okay.
And Quincy's like, there's no guitar part.
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Imagine he was a part of that, could have changed that whole history of that song.
Yeah.
But anyways, he did this performance with all these guys. There's some other big names that were on that stage with him, and George Harrison's son, who's like probably like 18 or maybe closer to your age in this video.
Okay.
So he shows up literally a week or two before he gets snubbed off the Guitar Legends list.
Yeah.
And I guess the story goes he shows up to the rehearsal. He's like, you want the first solo to the other famous guitar player? He's like, yeah. He goes, okay, cool. I'll just play something short to play out the end.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a repeated chorus.
Okay.
And they're just like over and over, my guitar gently weeps. So he goes up there and you're going to die when you see it. This guy's like, I'm going to make sure everybody knows that I am one of the best guitar players in the world.
I love that. That's
and
awesome.
he did this extended guitar solo, you know, and at one point he goes to the edge of the stage. He falls back into the crowd. These are peers.
Yeah.
These are not fans.
Yeah.
And the guy's holding him up, and he's backwards playing the guitar. Harrison's kids up there just dying, laughing, and they're just like, just keep going.
Oh my God.
Prince is throwing down like it's never been done before.
Wow.
And then when they finally finish the song, Prince just takes his guitar and launches it straight up into the air.
Yeah.
And turns around and walks with this cocky strut.
Oh man,
Doesn't
doesn't catch it. Doesn't. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
And I think the quote was that Tom Petty said, I don't think the guitar ever came down.
Oh my God, that's so good. I love that.
So they republished the guitar list.
Okay.
And he came somewhere around, like, I don't know the exact number, but somewhere in the top 15, I think.
Wow.
And I still think he should be higher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's so cool.
You got
I
Kurt
know. Oh my
Cobain up
gosh.
there, and he was never really a
that's
lead
interesting.
guitar player.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
think
more
of
like
him as
iconic
like a
musicians.
shredder or anything. Yeah, he definitely has his like.
He played
ear,
one note guitar solos.
Yeah.
Like one string.
Which is also kind of cool in its own way.
Yeah.
I guess.
But it fit the music.
Yeah.
That was like the grunge guitar or garage band.
Yeah.
You know, 3 chords.
Yeah.
Power slop. People called it different names, right? Garage music.
Yeah,
you know, and
sure.
his made it way beyond
Yeah.
the garage. So, but
his Super Bowl performance is something I look at, and
that's
like,
the best one.
every couple months, I looked at that whenever I need just some like
There's a
boost
meme.
of inspiration.
There's a meme. It's just a picture of Prince like this, like, and he's like, Prince's reaction when they say, "Oh, that was the greatest Super Bowl performance." Like, I mean, him playing Purple Rain, in the pouring rain.
You can't beat that. That's just too perfectly timed, and that's insane.
And his stage manager said, Prince, it's raining pretty hard out there.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do. And Prince's response was
perfect.
Can you make it rain harder?
Let's go. I love that.
And and he's out there in high heels and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But that's definitely one of the most epic performances.
It's like how they say like, oh, that's nice they held like a football game during a Prince concert. Like,
I'm
that's
sorry,
more
Kendrick
true
Lamar didn't
than-
shake a stick at that. I'm sorry, he did not. And there's no hidden messages in Prince's performance. It was just one of the best.
Yeah.
You couldn't plan that.
Prince is incredible.
You couldn't plan that.
JT was another one that my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one like changed me at like 14 years old.
Whoa. When he did the Janet Jackson thing, that changed the Super Bowl.
Well,
too.
that one as well. Yeah, for sure.
Going back a little further.
Yeah.
He still got the gig.
Yeah.
He still got.
He still went. Yeah.
Just don't be pulling out anybody's breasts on this performance,
man.
okay?
Yeah.
Janet Jackson's not here.
Yeah.
So we'll pull this one up. But so what shows it, like, who have you seen as a fan where you've gone to a concert and you're like, this is it's such a great experience.
I love concerts. I love going to concerts. It's like so many people. Like every time I see somebody coming through my area or whatever, I'll just go like just to get inspiration from it, because there's always something I can take away from it, whether it's like because I work in like the live area and also on the production recording side. So
who was the last person you saw?
Last person? I think it was Tate McRae. Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
No.
You're like, Todd's gonna be like, no.
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, I enjoyed it for so many reasons. Yeah.
What? Give me a memory from there.
Just the amount of things going on, but having everything still having the focus on her was so cool. I think in that setting, and it was so much about like dance in the performance side of things that I really liked it. And she also had this kind of acoustic breakdown section where she did a couple of her like original songs and stuff, which was cool. Yeah, my first concert was Josh Groban when I was 5.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
When you were 5?
Yeah, I think when I was around 5 years old. Yeah, I had to leave halfway through because it was too loud. But
that was your parents' choice, I'm sure, or you were just crying.
Yeah, it was like, again, a me and my mom thing. Yeah, we just used to listen to all of that stuff.
It took me a lot longer. I was 16 years old the first time I got to go to a real concert.
Okay.
And it was in Detroit at the Fox Theater, and it was B.B. King.
Oh my God.
It was my first.
God.
It was a Christmas present from my mom, and the concert was on the 27th of December, so there was no time to think about it.
Wow.
And I was still we were always kind of taught to be a little afraid of Detroit.
Yeah.
With good reason.
Yeah.
And, guns, they have guns, but I just remember being me and my mom, and we had like the last row, and all I could say is this: it was in Detroit.
Yeah.
And you see this lady with her little ginger teenage boy at this concert, and we were very out of place. Everybody was dressed like it was like the Pimp Awards, man. It was like one color suits and hats, and the ladies done to the most elaborate and extravagant little outfits.
Yeah.
And but for me, when it didn't matter, that doesn't matter to me. It just was scary to be in a different kind of scenario.
Yeah.
And when B.B. King came out, and the second Lucille sang her first note, I was just like, and I saw him a few times after, but man, that changed me.
That's
like you
crazy.
said, it changed me.
So jealous, yeah.
And I could have never, and I never was as good a guitar player as I wish I could have been. I had an injury that kind of kept me from maybe getting there, but I don't know that it would have made a difference.
Yeah.
I when I record music now, I don't even really take a shot at the lead because I have friends who are
kind of
they're
lead.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a funny thing because like it's usually like, oh, lead guitar is more whatever, but like I feel like rhythm guitar is just as much of a thing, and kind of learning how to find the pocket and everything.
Right.
It's just not as often regarded as like a skill, I feel like, but. Yeah, I think both are kind of right there.
You can tell on some records, like Third Eye Blind, their first 2 albums, they had the guitar player, he left after the first 2 records. But you listen to songs like Jumper and How's It Gonna Be and even Semi-Charmed Life, those were the 3 hits off the first record. They're chord progressions.
Yeah.
So I know Stephen Jenkins, the singer, wrote those.
Yeah.
And then you hear all these other ones, and it's like a guitar where it's like a different tuning. It's like bone, more
riffy, yeah.
And I know Kevin Cadigan, the original guitar player, wrote
cool
those.
How you can tell.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
But you can't stop a guy like that from sitting in his apartment or whatever and strumming chords. Especially when he shits big hooks for breakfast, and that's what he does.
Yeah.
He probably shows up at the studio. He's like, "Hey guys, I only have 100 songs
it's
this
just,
time."
Yeah.
And it goes like this, So and
pick 5 and let's go.
Yeah. And then you could tell from their third record moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay, the guitar player's not what he was. That vibe, those riffs are gone. And then, of course, you could tell the ones as they got further along. He's writing most of the stuff now.
Yeah.
And they've been around for 30 plus years. So these things happen.
Yeah.
So, but again.
Do you play anything? Do you play piano or anything as well?
I mean, tinkle.
Okay.
And I took some brief lessons for a minute, but it was as an adult. It was just so I could be like, oh, this is a C. And
got it. Yeah.
Guitar, bass. I love playing drums. As I got older, I just like to beat the shit out of things.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
I used to have my drum set in my living room, and now since I moved here, we're in an apartment, and I haven't been able to have that therapeutic release of energy. And I haven't been able to play hockey as much either. So both my outlets are missing. But yeah, I'd come home from work, and I have speakers like pointing at me, and I just turn on whatever song, and I
That's
just
so cool.
go.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it's cool for me because like every different instrument, like I have some kind of like favorite person around it or whatever, but like I'm influenced by different genres, like
Right.
per instrument. If you break it down even further, like guitar, like B.B. King is such a huge influence, and like just blues in general, like for my guitar playing.
Buddy Guy's another one too. Yeah,
completely. And then piano.
But John Mayer.
Yeah, John Mayer, exactly, right? He's so like influenced from all of those people.
Tell me you saw his Dave Chappelle sketch.
John Mayer? No,
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're gonna be watching some stuff.
Yeah, we have a whole movie
Yeah,
night
man,
planned
dude.
now, yeah.
Dave Chappelle's like, I want to see what it's like if we play like a funky beat in like this white office, and John Mayer's like, you know, and then he's like, and they're all like, ugh, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, what if he plays this riff on a guitar in this place, and it's all, you know how Dave Chappelle, it's all about ethnic whatever.
Yeah.
Then they go into like a black neighborhood barber shop.
Yeah.
And it's Questlove comes in and he's on the drums and he's just like, and then the guys stop cutting hair and they're all like getting down.
Oh,
it's
that's awesome.
It's just a completely different. It's a funny joke.
That's great.
But yeah, he's that first song, Your Body Is a Wonderland.
Yeah.
Was deceiving to me because this is just a poppy song and it was chordy.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I go see him live and I'm like,
yeah.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Anybody who says that John Mayer isn't like a top 10
Then they
guitar
haven't seen
just
him.
hasn't tried learning
They
a John
haven't
Mayer
seen him.
song yet. Yeah.
He is phenomenal.
Like, the way he like thumbs his like frets and stuff, and his hands are like anytime
gotta
you try to
have
learn
banana
anything, you
hands
realize that he has monstrous hands.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a Tim Robb, like a no, what's that motivational speaker guy?
Oh, yeah.
You wrap around your forearm and
Tony
stuff
Robbins,
like that.
yeah.
Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
I said Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
Didn't I? Yeah. Tony Robbins. Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, like just man, think about that. There's so many great, and man, yeah, that was an experience to learn that. You know, again as a musician. But so who else? If you were to idolize a guitar player, I hate the word idolize, but if you were to idolize somebody that you've seen as a performer, who in the guitar or the piano,
in the
you're
guitar
saying
world?
maybe?
Interesting. Yeah. Guitar. I'm
Like
trying to think of somebody I've seen live.
Who's your biggest? I want to, you know, like when I played hockey, I was like, I want to be like Gretzky, so I did everything Gretzky did.
Yeah.
Who or was there somebody
John
that you
Mayer,
wanted
man,
to be
for
like?
guitar,
Was
100%.
John Mayer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
that makes
whole
sense.
life.
Yeah.
Growing up, I talk about concerts I've been to. 2 years ago, he did that solo tour. I don't know if you saw that.
I
but,
didn't
like,
go to that one, but
oh
I see it.
my god,
I watched a lot of YouTube.
Crazy. Like he gets up there and like minimal production stage setup, and he just gets up there with an acoustic guitar and just starts going at
doing
it
his
for
thing.
an hour and a half, and
Yep.
it's like just as entertaining as if he brought a whole band. It's crazy. So.
I was hoping at the end of the last tour, I stayed for a couple of days with a friend in Connecticut, and we went to a Yankees game and then went to a Mets game. John Mayer threw out the first pitch. And I'm like, oh, tell me he's going to sing the anthem.
Yeah.
No, he just threw the first pitch.
He's just out there to throw the
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's kind of a jip. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, you never know who's
It's pretty cool, yeah.
You know, sometimes, you know, went to a ball game with Theo Vaughn in Detroit a few
Cool.
weeks. I'm like, what the hell is Theo Vaughn
Yeah.
doing in Detroit? I apparently had a reason. My wife knew. I didn't know what it was, but she's a big fan of his. But,
Okay. Yeah.
But anyways, we could talk a lot longer. I know we only got so much time. They're already blasting in our background.
Felt like 5 minutes. I know. I don't know if they've
have
heard
any idea how long it was.
the test tracks by
Yeah.
Sean Peel out there.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? Just because I wanted to compare you to my friend Daniel, and I had you listen to The Grace. First thoughts on that?
So cool. It's like right up there with like the music I used to listen to as a kid. Like it just got that like classic like rock 2000s like, and that like guitar tone is like my bass. It's like where I start, you know,
Right.
for like everything. And yeah, I love it. And the melody's infectious.
In his
and everything.
guitar, that lead that starts the song, that's a hook.
Yeah.
Before there's ever a word spoken by Dallas Green,
completely.
it's like, you know, that
Hooks don't have to be a voice. Yeah.
Right.
Completely.
Right.
And that's what you
it's the melody.
sing pretty much, actually. Like the chorus is also infectious, you know. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
That's nice. But
exactly.
like that's what I was singing after.
And
It's
he
like,
hits some like, that guitar hook is not easy to shake.
No,
you know?
I know.
So I give Danny Boy some huge props on that one.
Yeah.
But you know, and for those that never heard this story, and I told you earlier, that wasn't even the song. It was the first choice, but he recorded a different one first, and then we went back to that one.
Yeah.
Like how different would have our experience have been?
Crazy, yeah.
You know, #1.
Yeah.
Single, 5 Juno nominations.
Wow.
He won Much Music Awards, Canadian Arts Awards. He has a whole bunch of shit on his wall. I don't
Yeah.
know. And then the plaques too. Like I got to earn a gold record with one of my best friends.
Cool. That's awesome. Do you still have that?
Oh, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I ain't selling that on eBay or nobody would care. They're like, who's Todd Sheeran? Yeah. You know what I mean? He's like, he's the Toddfather. Didn't you know?
Awesome.
But yeah, so I after getting to know you a little better, I definitely compare the two of you because you guys are just, I know he doesn't have perfect pitch, but he's damn close. I feel like he's a liar.
Yeah, for sure.
But maybe that's just him being a little bit hard on himself, but he is blown away by people who do. And I managed a young girl. She was a 16-year-old piano player. She had perfect pitch, and I knew it frustrated him.
Yeah.
But you guys are very similar in the fact that you produce. You write. You play every instrument.
Yeah.
Not well, but
you're telling
great.
Me that, yeah.
And you were like him to me, and it's just great to see that there's other Canadians that are doing big, amazing things.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that you're working with some of these people who I loved as a child. I was never a New Kids fan.
Okay.
Sorry, Joey. I mean.
But now you are.
Well, I mean, I always liked the songs. I've seen them live numerous times.
Yeah.
Saw them last year, with Justin and my wife and whatever. But, I was 12 or 13 when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't like this.
20.
Yeah. So, the thing for us, like, every guy knew, it's like, well, I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you had other stuff, and, Metallica was starting to be a thing, and you had, like,
for
Motley Crue, and you had all these new wave artists, that were awesome as well. And it's like, wasn't my thing. But I told every girl I loved them.
Okay.
Because then they would
us.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's a good plan.
That was the
I
only
like
thing
that.
we can really do.
New
Kids on the
I love
hanging
them,
tough. Yeah, what are you talking about?
The cool thing about like being in like the producer brain, I feel like, is you can listen to something and put away your subjective thoughts about something, and then you can be more appreciative of like why somebody would like something. So like I can listen to anything, and it might not be my like personal like I love to listen to this kind of thing every day, but like I can definitely like take something from it, whether it's just like, oh yeah, I totally see why this is,
Well, you couldn't
working.
You couldn't avoid seeing that, even for me. Like, I can't say it wasn't an influence to some degree.
Yeah.
Because you see what people like. You're like, okay, this is what they vibe on. This is what the girls like, or this is what the guys like, or wow, these guys can dance. Where are they getting this from? Why is that working? And there was a lot of boy bands as that were put together. They weren't necessarily a group that came up as friends. There's all kinds of different manufactured things that come out. But they had good stuff, and they continue to be hanging tough, and bad joke, but they're still here, and I know they had time apart and they did their own thing, but here we are, and they are still doing their own thing. So it's great that music's long lasting.
Yeah, and the fact that people are still coming to shows and even just sticking around, it shows the amount of success. It's amazing. And
they're doing this Vegas. I mean, a lot of bands that kind of or artists that get to a certain point, they still do a residency, and they're doing that, and they're still doing it in the new year. Yeah. Actually, I think next month too.
Incredible.
So go to Vegas, see New Kids.
Yeah. You gotta go see it
before they're gone.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of time left here. I'm hope to post this by the morning, but we only got 2 shows after tonight.
I know it's coming to an end. I know it was a short run.
Minneapolis and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, bucket list about to be achieved.
Yeah.
I know. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
And I'm going to Paisley Park. If you want to come, we should go.
That'd be cool.
I think that might change both our lives.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan, but you might come out of there like, wow, this is a ESPN turning point. Well, you're Canadian. It's a TSN turning point.
Yeah.
But if you're obviously you're more than welcome to go do that with me.
Yeah.
But I'm going VIP.
Oh, okay.
Very intense Prince package.
Nice. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because we'll talk about it later. But there's so many things, and to get the full deal, and I want to see the studio, and I want to see his rehearsal space. And I want to see, right?
He's so rooted into that town. It's amazing.
And I don't know if you knew this originally. The first routings that were going on, the gig was going to be at First Avenue.
Oh.
And obviously that didn't happen. We're at Varsity Theater. But I'm still going to go over and check that out, because that's where he got started, and that's where they shot, filmed, and recorded Purple Rain. Yeah. Not just the movie. Yeah, the record. But he recorded the song and then added to it later.
Cool.
So I think we need to go, Sean Thomas, to Paisley Park together.
You got to go check that out when you're there. Yeah, for sure.
But with that, I'll let us get back to work. Got shirts to count. You got things to sound check.
Guitars to tune.
All that fun stuff. So, again, thank you so much for taking the time.
Dude, thanks so much for having me.
Great
Appreciate
to chat,
it. Yeah, this is my first podcast. So
come on.
Yeah,
well,
I'm excited.
Popped your cherry. So
Hell
here you go. And the rest is rock and roll history. But no, thanks again, really. And then obviously we're gonna have some fun and hopefully we get to do this again.
Completely.
Maybe in the new year, phase 3.
Yeah.
Or as they say back home in certain provinces, phase 3. I don't
The
know.
Canadian.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
How dope would a Canadian
That'd be so
phase
cool.
be?
Yeah.
It's funny after Nebraska and Wyoming, then we're gonna go through Iowa. I'll be down to only 5 states that I haven't been to.
Really?
The Dakotas.
Yeah.
Alaska and Hawaii.
Wow.
And Louisiana.
Oh man.
I don't know
You're
how
almost there.
I don't know how I haven't been to New Orleans. I thought we were going to be there on the first phase, and that didn't happen either.
Yeah. We played there, before we did the phase 1s and everything. Yeah, in 2023. That was such a fun show.
Maybe phase 3.
Yeah.
Knows, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, thanks again for real. We got to get back to work. So thank you to Sean Thomas. Go check him out. At follow Sean Thomas, SEAN Thomas, and of course you can find me at I am the Toddfather.
There we go.
And with that being said, I am the Toddfather, and the rest is rock and roll history.